Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Your Questions Answered. This is a segment where we put on Facebook, we say, hey, do you have any questions for Stephanie? And then people can post questions and then I answer them on video. So let's start right away. And Tammy Wood says, no question, just wanted to say you were doing an awesome job. Well, Tammy, you are my new BFF. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Shannon Duggan says, are you planning a teacher stamp set? At this time, right now, no, we're not. It's just, the schedule is written out for the next 6 months for all the stamp sets. And so I know for the next 6 months, it's not going to be released. It's of course something that could happen in the future. But for right now, you can use the crayon stamp set because that's a perfect little kid stamp set. Let's see, Yolanda says, question, when are we going to see Kenny doing a 30-second card video? That would be entertaining. It is very difficult to get Ken on video. I think he's only been on what, 1 or 2, Kenny? 1 or 2. I think just 1. The eating the pie from Knott's Berry Farm. So check that one out if you want to see what he looks like. But we'll try pretty soon. Terry wants to know, how do you design your stamps? Pen and paper, computer? Would love to have a back of the stamp set with things like hearts and made by for Valentine's Day. Well, we have 2 different stamp sets for the backs of cards, and some of them do have hearts, so make sure you check out those. And I design my stamps usually 99% of the time directly into the computer. Sometimes I use my pens and a mouse thingy or whatever, and sometimes I just use a regular mouse. It depends on what my mood is, and sometimes I'll hand draw it and then scan it in and then clean it up using the computer, but I'm a computer girl through and through, so I usually do the computer. Teresa wants to know, if you are a club member and you don't prefer the stamp set during that month, can you exchange it? Nope, that's the part about being in the club. In order to get the club discount, it's kind of like being a member at Costco. In order to be a member and get those extra special discounts, you need to join the membership or join the club. And so what we do is we package everything, we label everything, everything is done in bulk, and so that's the way we're able to offer the lower prices. So if somebody said, oh, I didn't want that stamp set, well, there's no way we could go and find it and pull it out. I'd have to hire someone to find it, pull it out, take that label off. You know, it would put a kink in the system kind of thing. It's all done boom, automatically kind of thing. And so what we do is we say, if you're not sure about the club, you probably shouldn't join. What you can do is buy at regular price at any time at $12.95 a stamp set, or sorry, $12.88 a stamp set, and then that way you're for sure going to get the stamps that you like. Now the problem with that is you don't get the freebies, you don't get the anniversary stamp sets, and you don't get the plastic storage sheets. But it's the trade-off. So it's like a magazine subscription, and I subscribe to People Magazine. Sometimes it's a little thin and I don't like every article, but it's still cheaper for me to subscribe to it than it is to buy it at Walmart. And I get all the extra goodies and the cheaper prices. And like for the club, you get the lower prices, as well as the anniversary set, as well as the mini stamp sets for free, as well as the plastic storage sheets. So there's a lot of benefits for being a member of the club. Let's see. Amy wants to know, are there plans to make any more embossing folders that match your stamp sets? I love everything you design. Well, thank you, Amy, my other new BFF. There are more embossing folders. Actually, we're releasing some, I believe, this month, depending on when you're watching this. There are lots more coming. So every release with Sizzix, I am releasing, I think, 2 more new embossing folders. So make sure you check our website constantly and check our Facebook page wall to see those examples. Let's see. Rhonda says, if you get ink on your hands, do you use something special to get the ink off? No, usually soap and water and time. It wears off eventually. I know some people use latex gloves or non-latex gloves when they stamp because they don't like having the ink on their fingers. I like the ink. My good friend Faylene says inky fingers mean a happy heart. So I always have ink on my fingers. I'm used to it. Let's see. Maria and Erica both want to know about gift cards before Christmas. We are not looking into gift cards right now. It's just something extra that we just finished updating our new website, and my web designer needs a break because she's a full-time mom. Hi, Amy, I love you. And she homeschools as well, and she does this out of the goodness of her heart, because she's an incredible Christian woman and I love her. But right now we have not looked into gift cards. So if you have some stamp sets that you want to have someone purchase for you, if I were you, I would print out our free checklist and kind of put a little star by the ones you want and just kind of leave it off to the side, and then they can purchase them for you and get the exact ones that you want. And then you get them immediately on Christmas. Okay, let's see. Dawn wants to know about a die set for the Big Shot of a 4 by 4.5 card, an envelope or flip it size. We could make a smaller flip it card, but the best thing for you to do is just use the current flip it card and cut it down to the size you want. We cannot make an A2 flip it card because it would not fit through the machine. So that's why we decided on the 5 by 5 size. So if you want to, you can just trim down the sides, and then you have the perfect size for you. Let's see. Barbara says she'd like to see more cards for men in our examples. She has a hard time making cards for teenage and adult men. Pretty much I think everybody does. I tend to just stay away from the flowers. I like the leaves stamp set for men. We also have like the cars and trucks for like the little boys and things like that. The robot set as well is popular for boys. And just I tend to stick more to patterns when I are doing masculine cards. So make sure you check out the patterns section of our website and check out those galleries, because you should see some more masculine type cards. And let's see, Anne was asking, I was wondering about the ink storage unit that was in your last videos. Where did you find it? It looks fantastic. Oh, and she says, by the way, bought her first set of my inks not too long ago, and they are fantastic. And that's all in caps. Thank you, Anne. And it says, can't wait to use up the rest of my old ones so I can get more. Well, thank you very much. I love the ink pads as well. Probably you're talking about this ink pad storage here. I just got this new one here, which is nice because I can see them really well. But this one I literally got on eBay a few years ago. So make sure you check out eBay, as well as do a Google search, because sometimes someone just made this. A husband made this, and he started selling them on eBay, and they're fantastic. They are a great storage. So check out eBay, because that's where I got mine. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Your Questions Answered, and I hope to answer your question next time. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.